where we dissect everything going down in your action-packed world of sports. Fasten your seatbelts. We're going to Washington, D.C. Sonny Young is ready to go on the ride with us. Good evening, Sonny. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Austin. Great to be back on Sports Tonight. And a very good evening to all your many Sports Tonight viewers all across Nigeria.
Good to have you around, Sonny, and I'm in top form for you tonight. At the CONCACAF region, one tournament that they don't mess around with is the Gold Cup. Sonny, we're getting ready for it.
Well, I heard you and Yemi talking about the International Champions Cup. Looks like July is going to be a pretty big month for football here in the USA, Austin. On Friday night, the 12-team CONCACAF Gold Cup tournament kicks off near New York City. This is a 12-team tournament for teams in North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. The defending champion is Mexico, which just finished fourth at the recent FIFA Confederations Cup in Russia. The USA is the host country. The Americans will play Panama in their opening match on Saturday in the southern U.S. city of Nashville, Tennessee. USA head coach Bruce Arena, kind of a young experimental squad for the Gold Cup, made up mostly of Major League Soccer players. Christian Pulisic, for instance, he's one of the young stars on the national team. Coach Arena decided to give him a rest for the Gold Cup. But I think it'll be interesting to see what the USA does. They were ranked 35th, according to FIFA, in the rankings released earlier on Thursday. Arena trying to steer them towards Russia next year and a berth in the World Cup. The Gold Cup will be a good tune-up, and I think we're going to see a few players, not a lot, but a few of the American players from the Gold Cup, hopefully in Russia next year. Fantastic. On Coach Arena's World Cup squad. I would say Mexico is probably one of the favorites.
Sonny, hold your thoughts right there. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're having a chat with Sonny Young. Let's get back to that conversation, shall we? Sonny, I was loving what you were saying about the Gold Cup, and you said Bruce Arena will use this one as a proper tune-up, to understand what's going on with the United States team.
Yeah, I think he will use it as sort of maybe to blood a few of these younger players, Austin. In just for instance, they played a friendly match earlier this week against Ghana, and the two players that scored for the United States, Dom Dwyer and Kellen Acosta, their first international goals for the USA in that friendly against Ghana. So we're going to see some players that we haven't seen before. Quick shout out for Asamoah Gyan. He scored for Ghana in that friendly. Ghana's all-time leading scorer, 51st international goal.
Wow. Wow, we love it. Sonny, get your gloves ready. Let's talk boxing now. I know you love it when we talk boxing. Tonight is not about the heavyweight division. It's not the middleweight. It's not the welter. It's the junior welterweight. A lot of our fans and viewers don't understand that it's also competitive at the junior welterweight. What's going on this time around?
Yeah, we have a great fight shaping up for next month, Austin. August 19th in the Midwest United States, Lincoln, Nebraska. It's going to be a World Junior Welterweight title unification fight between American Terrence Crawford and the Namibian Julius Ndongo, nicknamed the Blue Machine. I love his nickname, the Blue Machine. Ndongo and Crawford are both undefeated. I think it's going to be a really interesting fight. It'll be fought at 140 pounds, so a little lighter than welterweight. And there's talk that both Crawford and Ndongo will probably move up in weight after this fight. But the winner will clearly be the junior welterweight champion of the world. Crawford will be fighting pretty much on his home turf in Lincoln, Nebraska. He grew up not far from Lincoln in Omaha, Nebraska. So the fans will be rooting for Crawford for sure.
Oh, they will be rooting for Crawford, but you like the Blue Machine. Maybe something blue might just happen, and they're fighting inside the Lions' den.
I like Ndongo. I like him a lot, Austin, and he has proven that he can win when he travels. Last year, he traveled to Moscow and he scored a knockout victory over this Russian, Edward Troyanovsky. Took him only 40 seconds in the first round to knock out the Russian in front of a lot of Russian fans. So he has proven that he can win on enemy soil, so to speak.
So those fans in Nebraska, they should be ready. They should be ready. They might just be going home with some disappointment. It's our world of sports. Anything can happen. We'll stay with boxing. Sonny, how can you explain? You need to let me understand how Jeff Horn ended with one eye closed and was still given the title when he fought against Manny Pacquiao.
I was shaking my head after that one, Austin. I think a lot of fight fans were. I thought Pacquiao was a clear winner in that fight. He landed a lot more punches. I thought his punches were cleaner than Horn's. But again, Pacquiao has been on the wrong end of a few bad decisions during his great career in boxing. That first fight against Timothy Bradley, I thought he clearly won that one. So Pacquiao, I think he's at a crossroads now, Austin, whether to remain in the sport at 38 years of age. He's got a political career in the Philippines as a senator. Jeff Horn, I think his reign as champion will be a short one.
Very short, very short. But Sonny, if he's coming against you, don't take it. Don't take it. I don't know if you can survive his punch. Let's get on with the show now. Let's go to Wimbledon, Sonny. Our tennis gets us talking big time. And tonight, let's give honor to whom it is due. Gibson is one name that comes to mind.
Yeah, quick historical note as Wimbledon progresses this week. 60 years ago today, Austin, on July 6, 1957, Althea Gibson of the United States became the first black champion at Wimbledon. And Althea Gibson, she died in 2003 at the age of 76. She's credited with laying the groundwork for the Williams sisters, Venus and Serena, and other black players in the sport. So shout out for Althea Gibson.
Shout out also, Sonny, to Venus Williams. We understand the level of quality she brings to the competition, particularly now that Serena Williams is busy doing something else. Venus going through tough times, particularly after the accident. Sonny, what's the updates?
Yeah, Venus, she's facing a lot of stuff, turmoil off the court. She was involved in a traffic accident before Wimbledon in Florida, and 2 weeks after the accident, an elderly passenger in the other car ended up dying. The family of the victim has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Venus Williams. No police charges have been filed against Venus, but it is kind of taking its toll on her, Austin. She broke down earlier this week at a Wimbledon news conference, crying and talking how heartbroken she was over the incident. This is her 20th Wimbledon, and it'd be great to see Venus, kind of push this to the side for now and go far in London.
I must say thank you so much, Sonny Young, for your time. And Sonny, parting shots. If we were to be, in a boxing bout, Ndongo Crawford, which one would you be?
Wow, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Ndongo. Why not? I think he is the underdog in that fight, Austin. So I'm going to go with Ndongo. Maybe knockout within 6 rounds.
Okay. We will get to know next week when that fight is done. Thank you so much, Sonny Young, for your time.
All right. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
And a good evening to all your viewers.
Thank you, Sonny. For nothing. I love the name Ndongo. It just tells you go forward right there.